Welcome, everybody. Hey, Betty Damboot. Welcome to the Scoop of Barb. We were going to talk about tribalism today and how it affects us. And the thing is that social media has made it even more prevalent. I think we've seen, I think I figured out for myself what this whole division, I never can understand why someone who I admire and care about can have totally different political beliefs than me. And I never could figure that out. Like, how can I care about and like a person and they believe something I believe so strongly one way, they believe in another? And it's just always weird to me. Anybody else? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've got with the us Trump, Biden, Trump, whoever, it's us against them. And then if you watch any of these true crime creators who are always arguing, like, and you see them in the news, like, uh, what's her name? Bullhorn Betty. And then you've got an injunction. You've got these people on opposite sides of a missing child case to the extreme that people are giving death threats and arguing in creator. Lore Lodge went live last night with a private eye who's working the case supposedly. uh there's my bias, but you've got people in there, they're on one side or the other, and this whole thing of this little boy, this teenager who's missing, it's never really about that. It's all about, well, if you like me, and if I like this creator, it's the mini version of what's happening in DC in politics. In my opinion, it's like this mini version that we're closer to, right? Because if you're new, if you don't there's only two people here, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, just think about when you were in middle school or high school and you had the cheerleaders against the smart girls, or these little cliques and stuff, and so they run around on YouTube during. Sorry, my dog is scratching the chair behind me. I had my camera, but I could not get StreamYard to work with it, so I just said behind no camera. Um, you've got these people that just argue over, like, I'm on your side and you're on my side, and it doesn't matter what they do. Like yesterday, Trump went into office and he filed all these things, executive orders, and there's already people, 18 states have gone against him on what is it, when a child becomes a member of, hey y'all, welcome in, Toxicity and BB. When a child, immigration policy, and there's 18 states have already filed against his filing yesterday, or his executive order. And then I saw, and I think I'm going to make a video about this in itself, he's wanting to put 25% tariffs on Canada. And Canada says, we'll just cut off energy to the United States. I didn't know, they supply a great portion of energy comes to the United States from Canada. So, yeah, go put a 25% tariff on them. Then they're going to put that on the people. And then we can't afford it. So, and then they're already talking about impeaching him for this, over this. And this is just, and you've got people who will defend somebody to their death. Like, all that stuff that happened January 6th, those people, all that violence that happened, they just got let out of jail last night and today, like the leaders of it, because we elected a president who's wanted them out, all of them. And he got pardoned. He's pardoned from every fucking thing he did before he was president. I mean, I think it should only cover you while you're in office and you do something that you have to do for your country. It should be for that. It shouldn't just be like, oh, well, you nobody's going to get prosecuted because they did it while they were in office or they got elected some day later in their life and all of a sudden you're pardoned. And I know Biden pardoned his whole family the day he left office, and he had already pardoned Hunter, and Clinton pardoned his brother when he left office, and I'm sure they all have pardoned people that we wouldn't appreciate. But people will still support somebody because they're on that team, they're on that side. That's their tribe. You know, we used to need a tribe. What are y'all talking about in chat? What are y'all hearing today after all the election and everything? I had found this article in Psychology Today about tribalism and social media, and how it says the rise of digital technology and social media has led to an increase in tribalism. Tribalism can foster a narrow perspective and a lack of empathy and understanding towards those who hold different views. Overcoming tribalism requires awareness and effort. So I don't I know that I can only put it on the personal level that I see it at, and that's what I see on YouTube. And there's like so much hate for, like, for one side, there's just all this hate for Brittany J. I mean, it doesn't matter if she, you know, I don't even want to say how horrible something could be. They wouldn't even care. And they hate her. And I went in her chat one day and people are like, hey, you know, I can drop in a chat, but not, you know, you just feel like that. You're not supposed to be in somebody's chat because somebody else doesn't like them. I remember when I was still talking to Lycan, but way back, and I left him way long ago. And Granny was mad because I was talking, you know, in Lycan's chat. And I'm like, this place is weird because it was all still new to me. You're talking about politics. It's all who people like more, not what's right or wrong anymore on both sides. Yeah, it's both sides, y'all. I'm not coming in here to say, you know, y'all all know my political views. And you know, and also Trump passed a whole bill against everything transgender, which I have mixed feelings about some of that, but I'm just saying, like, I'm a gay person over here who was given certain rights and protections, and those can be stripped away at any moment. Now, I'm not married. I'm not probably going to get married, but the thing about it is, I have a lot of friends who are, and who are worried about. They've had children together, you know, and I told y'all about the one couple that the birth mother even adopted her own child along with the other her partner, the other female. They both adopted their own, you know, her own child by birth. And I'm not considered, you know, I'm not sitting here fretting about everything. It's going to happen overnight, but this shit's happening fast, y'all. And the stuff on the my gosh, this stuff I'm talking about in Washington, you think a day's fast, you hang around these YouTube streets for a couple of minutes. You know, you've got, like I said, we're saying you've got lawsuits, you've got people calling parents of missing children murderers and P words, and, you know, talking about how many abortions they have had. And that's the people on panels talking about somebody's abortions. What did anybody here watch that Lawyers Lodge last night? The chatters, everybody was in there. They were mad. They were getting booted. I don't know what was up with all that. I wasn't watching the chat. I just know that I saw and watched parts of videos that popped up talking about the Lore Lodge with SF Investigates as his guest. Who y'all didn't watch it? Is that what y'all are saying nope to? That's why I didn't really watch a lot of channels anymore. Oh, you don't even know who I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm still watching the drama play out and wondering what happened to Sebastian Rogers. And every now and then you get a little snippet of something that might be true. And it's just really hard. So I guess we'll just flip back to my topic really is about being tribal. And I know y'all know what's going on in DC. And I know that some of y'all are opposite of me politically, and that's fine. That's another thing. It just divides us. And, I just wish we just didn't hate each other so bad. Like, I wish people wouldn't come on here and threaten the life or the children of, or the job of, or not, any of that, any of those things people go at each other, against. And it's not just this little tiny corner of YouTube that I'm talking about. It's anytime you go into here, I can pull up X. I'm just going to open X. I know y'all can't see it. And the first thing so let's just go with the first thing that pops up, and it's Melania. Here, I'm just for reference here. Pull this over. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. There we go. Okay. That's not what I want to be on stage. They have changed some things around on here since I've been in StreamYard. Since I've been trying to share something. So let me try this. Okay. This is the first thing I pulled up. And the reason I'm doing it, how the fuck is talking about abortion? That's insane. Yeah, they were talking about mother of a missing child, which her own ex-husband is the one who brought it up to begin with, or nobody would know about it. So, okay, so this is just the first thing that popped up on X. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to go look at the comments, and we're going to see if people are in the comments throwing a fit about this because they don't like Melania, or they don't like her husband, or they don't like the Republicans. And she looks beautiful, right? Okay. Let's go see. This is Melania Trump's inaugural ball gown has already entered the pantheon of iconic fashion moments. They too, Betty Dan Boop. They sure do. And they're mean. Yes, they are, BB. A subtle tribute to the American dream. Oh, holy mother of pearls. I thought somebody just came in my house. Rosie. Champy scared me. Okay. Then they were talking about how beautiful she looks. Oh, this is a thread, though. I need to go to the comments under... We need to go to the comments. Nope. I guess, are these comments? I'm looking for people to start saying mean things. Crafted in... Okay, this is their own thread. That's why I'm not seeing... All right, that was a bad choice because none of these... let's go to this one. Wow, a bishop just called out Trump and Vance to their faces at church. The vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. May I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those whose children fear their parents will be taken away. Now let's go look at the comments on this. I'm expecting to have people screaming at each other on both sides. But, okay, Crazy Phoenix says Trump doesn't give a millionth of a shit about those kids, or really any kids except his own. And then Dolly Cyrus comes in. The foreigner resides among you must be treated as your native born. Love them as yourself. For you were foreigners in Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Leviticus 19:34. Well, Dolly's throwing out Bible verses. She's throwing out Bible verses. And then Dennis and Barb, this is not me. Why is Trump in church as he is not religious? Well, Dennis and Barb, because he was elected president and it looks better if he goes to church. Because they were making a big deal about Michelle Obama not being there yesterday. But does anybody remember 4 years ago when President Trump left office and he and his family flew off in the helicopter before the inauguration? And he was president. You know, Michelle Obama wasn't president. I saw a really interesting video about that yesterday that we could go over at another time. Then, okay, oh, she did look good. She did. That's real leadership. Stand up to the oppressors. Now bow down to them and try to please them. So much body language to unpack here. Can't wait to hear the experts. Holy fucking shit, dude. Whoever chose that service is going to be ripped. And see, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's go to some topic that's not really political. Let's find a something that doesn't have anything to do with the election. No, let's not talk about Elon Musk. Tinfoil of the day, Melania is Q. Melania has been Q all along. What does that mean? Wow, look at that. A snowball fight on Bourbon Street. Wow. Can you believe that? Hey, Toxicity, you said it was snowing there? Where you are? We got ours last week. Well, I'm trying to find something that's not about, let's see. It's all about politics today. Kamala Harris is passing out. Y'all are getting snow. Is it enough to play with or anything? Okay, well, that's probably enough of that. I was trying to make a point that pretty much no matter where you go on social media, if it's got any kind of drama or taking of sides, or you know what I'm saying, like I like blue and I like green, you know, and you're on the blue and you're on the green, and it's just and you suck, and you know it's in sports. You go on a sports team's page and people are coming in there talking crap on a player or a coach or you. So it's not just this little corner of drama. We've been below freezing for 2 days now here, and in the teens. One of my pipes did freeze, but it's not frozen right now. Playing in the snow, that's cute. Okay, so back to, this tribal. Does anybody follow me, like, on this tribal thing? Drama is everywhere, yeah. It was below 30. It's 27 here now, and it's 2 o'clock, so, it's not going to get much warmer. Let's see. Minus 30. So the impact of social media with communication, we can connect with people who are like us. I found I found some of y'all through when we were covering Natasha Cooper, and then I'm not sure how, other people have come to me. Most of my people did not come to me from live streaming or even videos. They came through shorts, so I don't have a live following, which I want to work on that, right? I would like to have more people come in my live and talk and chat because it gives me a way to have somebody to talk to, who, we can disagree. And okay, so here's about communication. We are fine now, 10 degrees. Echo chambers. So, with the rise of social media platforms, it's easier to connect, but you got these echo chambers. So, you're only, like, if you only watch Fox News, you're going to believe what Fox News puts out. And the other person's coming over here and they're like, I don't watch Fox News at all because they are so biased in one way. And I'm like, and then you're like, you have to watch more than just one side if you want to be into the whole argument. So you need to watch, you know, people with different viewpoints than yourself in order to make sure that you're getting the full story. Because you can't always trust a news source, a creator. Did you hear about the creators over on TikTok who thought it had ended, which I'm pretty sure that it, even though Trump gave them 75 days, they don't want to sell their US part of their business. And I don't think if they sell it, it'll just be, I don't think it's going to be good for TikTok fans. I don't think it's going to end up, oh, it's back and everything's fine. But these TikTokers were over there. They came on and they were like, I'm teaching you these. This woman had been teaching these fitness routines and talking fitness and doing all this stuff, which I did a while back. I wasn't doing them online. I did them in real life. And then I had, I would go live a little bit talking about health and fitness and, helping with menopause and stuff like that over on the Instagram. So where was I? What was I saying? These TikTokers thought TikTok was gone, so they came out and they're like, I'm not even doing these workouts. I show them to y'all, and I eat pizza afterward. It's kind of like this trainer that worked at the gym where I was working. He would eat the worst food, and he would say, "Well, you can lose weight," and he would tell everybody that, and I'm like, "You're a guy. You're very tall and slender. For some reason, you don't gain weight easily, but you're not every person." But anyway, he wasn't faking people out. That's what he believed. And I didn't believe him because it didn't work for me. So there's that, because I can't eat just anything and not get big. The sun's out. Yes, people on YouTube do it too, but these TikTokers actually came out and made videos about it. I saw it over on what's her name? Oh, she talks about Gypsy Rose sometimes, but she talks about other people. Anyway, she showed these people. They were like, I could pull up her video, but anyway, they were lying. They said, I have been lying. And somebody else sold something. I forgot what it was. And they don't use it themselves. So, like, I have a product in my about section for it's kind of like a supplement. It's a bunch of supplements for people who have ADHD symptoms. And I've got a code in there where people can save 20%. And I use it. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, use this and oh, I love this and do this and then sell it, which I'm not selling this stuff, but I do get a little tip if somebody buys it with my code, which is cool. Especially not being monetized, on here. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. People on YouTube do that. Nina. No, it wasn't Nina. It's a white lady. Freaking I can't think of her name. She's I don't know. Anyway, if I could think of her name, I'd go grab it and bring it up and just share it with y'all. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, and then you got these echo chambers. Do you ever go in chats and everybody's on one side or the other? And I know y'all have, especially in these drama communities. And we've even called them, we call them echo chambers. We don't all have a degree, in psychology. I happen to, but a lot of people don't. And we already figured this out. I'm reading from Psychology Today, or ad-libbing at the moment, and then this echo chamber is what creates the us versus them mentality that fosters tribalism and can lead to hostility towards those who do not share the same beliefs. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. You see it on the internet. You don't see it on TV because we don't interact with our televisions, but unless you're watching you know what I'm saying. We see it in social media because we can interact with that, whether we do or just view it. Like, I'm not very interactive with social media as far as going in chats and everything like that. I might drop a comment here or there. That's it. I mean, I never was. Even in my day on here when I at least had like 100 people in chat, back when I was at 8 or 900 subs, and I actually did bring people into my chat, but I don't anymore. And that's okay. I still am talking to the for y'all. Thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all. Maybe more people start finding us. And if y'all wouldn't mind hitting that like button for me so that maybe other people can find us, because I do think that we talk about important topics over here. And I haven't been going live a whole lot, but I think that I do tend to at least give y'all something to think about. And maybe we learn something together talking about these things, because I don't understand. I still don't understand. I can see why now, because it's tribal. It's tribalism to do what we do with how we are with each other. But why? Like, why? Why? I still can't get that click in my head where I'm friends with this person over here and they're 100% for Trump. And I'm over here going, oh my gosh, how do 100% against. And it's just, I got to say, I'm not 100%. It's probably more like 99. But I'm just saying, like, we can all work. We all need to work together, because I'm telling you, there's things happening quickly. There are things happening quickly, whether anybody's watching or not. So the us versus them. And then also it caught with the internet, we've got the false information and manipulation of people. We've all seen people being manipulated around here. You get polarized politically, you get polarized on here because you don't like, oh, you can't like that person because they were mean to me. And I've done that. I've got a friend right now who will go in a particular person's chat, and it burns my ass every time, because that person was so mean to her and to me regarding her, that I'm just like, how can you even do that? You know what I'm saying? Does anybody know what I'm saying? And that's just how we are. That's tribal. That's more even on a personal little mini tribal level, right? So we become polarized, and then Politicians have a hard time working together. And then you've got your cultural identity. You do. Thank you, toxicity. With the rise of globalization and the increasing diversity of our communities, finding a sense of belonging and connection has become more critical than ever. And I hate to say it, but I don't see a lot of people. I don't go out. I go out and I get my food and, you know, I run my errands or whatever. And then I'm pretty much home, except when I go walk my dogs and it's been too cold the last few days. So I feel like I'm all by myself in this whole world, But the internet helps me. And there's probably millions of people like me out there who don't talk to people every day. They don't see other people every day. I don't see people for days sometimes. And a lot of people couldn't handle that. But I mean, that's kind of how I like to be. But anyway, I guess am I boring y'all? Because I thought we were having a conversation, but everybody's gone. I mean, nobody's saying anything. Oh, for sure, you are not the only one. Okay. With the right, and then you got your mental health. Social media and online communities can be a source of support and connection, but they can also lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness. In addition, the pressure to conform to the norms of our online communities can lead to anxiety and depression, particularly among young people who are more susceptible to the influence of social media. It's a lot. I don't really get how. I know that young people now, they only came up with the internet. They only came up with social media. You still got some families that are not giving their children a phone till they're a, at least a certain age. And then you've got other people with a 1-year-old carrying a phone around. I couldn't tell you which is best because I'm not there. We grew up, there weren't even in such a things. We didn't have such a things. And it's also more difficult for older people to handle the onset of these computers that we didn't have growing up. The kids can take them and do whatever. It's crazy. Mental health is a huge issue in America, and it is. And look, if some of the things that Trump wants to do, and you look, he got voted in. I'm not sitting here to bash him. I'm just saying, but some of the things that they want to do are going to trickle down. Remember Reagan's trickle down economy? Well, these things are going to trickle down to all of us. If he takes away Medicaid or Medicare, because Medicare is the supplement that goes with Social Security. So all that money that you built up in, all of us older people built up in Social Security our whole lives, that's your income when you retire, unless you've been able to save and have your own money, but you still paid into and it's yours. And if you were to take away Medicare, which is paid for by people on Social Security, it comes out of their check. But if he were to take that away somehow, and they're taking away Social Security, what are all the old people going to do? Everything matters. How you treat the homeless man out on the street. You're not just going to treat one person like that. That's how you treat those people. Is how forgot my point in that. How the government treats one person is all going to affect all of the people. You've got the border shut down. That app that I think Biden had put in, there was an app for people who were coming to the United States working on more of a legal way to get in, right? And have a job when they got here and do the legal way. The app just shut down yesterday, just shut down. and people were at the border. The border's a big. I'm not gonna fight about the border or talk about sides of the border. I'm just saying there's consequences to these things. And if you they're supposed to be rounding up all the people who are in the country crossed over here illegally. They are going to round them up, and you're going to have. I mean, that's a lot of militia involved in that. You can't just tell everybody that's not really supposed to be on your radar, like, get out of that house. So, I mean, there's going to be some brutality involved in all that. I just see that there's going to be some violence happening, and I'm afraid of some of the things that may happen. But somebody can take what I'm saying and just totally attack me for it, right? Because this is how I feel. And you should be able to say what you feel. And that's what the First Amendment is there for, to protect you from what you say about the government. The First Amendment doesn't mean that I can say toxicity of social media is and put some name on her that taints her in other people's eyes. I can do that all day long and get my ass in trouble for it. You do toxicity? Am I not the only one? I'm just saying. I've been concerned about it and kind of had my head buried in the sand, and I knew this stuff was coming, but it's happening, and I just don't see how people were okay with what happened on January 6th. Our vice president at the time, his life was in danger. The Senate was in session. Those people, all the people who work at the Capitol, there were like 100 police officers injured that day. Hey, Marie, there were all these people. It was violent. They've spent 4 years finding these people and convicting them and putting some of them away in prison. And then all of a sudden, they're all free now. And that's the power that we have given to our president. But he doesn't have unlimited power, because we do still have the Supreme Court, Congress, and the president. So we have those three arms of the government. Did I say those right? For some reason, the military popped in my mind, but the military is part of y'all are being silly. Do y'all even know what I'm talking about? 10 strategies to combat tribalism. Promote media literacy. Yeah, you want people to fact check. I hear and see people, and I actually had a video that was out about Caitlin Clark right after the season. I must have responded to 100 comments of people saying she left the WNBA and she's playing in Europe. Neither thing is true. She's not playing in Europe, and she didn't leave the WNBA. The season ended, and and you could see them in all other people's, because I was watching a lot of basketball stuff at the time, and there they were. She left. Well, you go on, you can Google her, go into YouTube or whatever, and there's video. Got 150,000 views saying, Caitlin Clark left the WNBA, and people just believe it. You always got to check your source too. If you're reading the news and you see it came from a reputable source, I mean, even if it's a source that you don't really like I don't like Fox News, but if it came out on Fox News, then it's going to be more reputable than some person over here, Joe Blow, who I don't know at all. So you got some more reputable than others. But yeah, you got to fact check. Yeah, Caitlin Clark had a gross uh, man who's obviously mentally ill because he came into court saying guilty as charged. But he was sending her these Twitter posts or X posts, very sexually explicit and dangerous. Yes. Oh no, I didn't see her doing the mark of the beast. No, but I do. But they were hanging out in the Chiefs box. No, what is the mark of the beast? Doing the mark of the beast. What is that? I mean, I've heard of it. Here, let me look it up. Mark of the beast. How do you make the mark of the beast? Mark of the beast meaning. Da-da. Mark of the beast. I'm looking for it. Oh, how do you make it with your hand? Are you going to tell me? Look it up on TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I took it off my I took it off my phone. So you really think they were? I'll have to look into that because I don't think I just don't think I could see I mean I'm more apt to think of Taylor Swift doing some kind of weird shit than I am Caitlyn. I think she's young and she's wholesome and um she hasn't had any kind of oh, I did see her making that thing with her. She's not a witch. Oh wow. Are you talking about Taylor's a witch? Because I don't. There's no way you're going to tell me that Caitlyn is. She's too young and hasn't been indoctrinated. There's been nobody. Um, so they say. Yeah, I don't know. So you got to, you know, fact check. You can fact check. You need to fact check even people like me. Like I was saying earlier. Oh, rumor mill. Like I was saying earlier, those hold on. Hold on. I fell asleep. Hold on. Right. But Ice Taylor and Ice Spice. Yeah, them, but not Caitlin Clark. Mm-mm. And here's another example of a tribal thing. So as soon as what's her name? Carrie Underwood, it was announced that Carrie Underwood was going to sing at the inauguration. She lost like supposedly like 1 million and something people left her on Spotify, which they get money from Spotify when their music's played. I guess that's how it works. Who just texted me? I can't watch it though. I don't have that on my phone, and so I can't watch it. Can you send it to my email? Then I can pull it up. Oh, it's just a picture? Oh, it's just a picture. Hold on a minute. It's a picture. I can see it. I did see her hand doing that. Yeah, I did see her hand doing that. That also means love. Have y'all not ever done that song? That's a sign for love. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She's on Mel Gibson list. Y'all are scaring me because I'm like a biggest Caitlin Clark fan. But anyway, so Carrie Underwood lost supposedly all these people that, were like paying viewers, listeners. And anytime there's any, like, when Caitlin Clark liked Taylor Swift's post about the election, she liked a post. You see this all the time. Somebody liked another person's post and they are ratted for that. They are drugged for that. Oh my God, how could you do that? That doesn't mean that they're like, having intercourse with that person or in love with, it just means that they liked something that they said. You can like people who are not like us. If I went and there was a Michael Jackson post, just say he was still alive, and I liked it, that doesn't mean I'm okay with what he did to little boys, okay? It just means I liked his music or I liked that post. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal, people, to be different. Oh, you have to go? Bye, BB. And then here's another thing. Set ground rules for discussions to ensure that everyone is respectful and listens to each other. That doesn't happen on the internet, because as soon as you go in somebody's chat and say, you can't even ask a question. You couldn't even go in somebody's chat and ask them a question without being attacked. If it had anything to do with anything, that they got triggered immediately. They said Carrie Underwood is a mean girl and Blake Lively. I don't know. So the guy who cuts my hair cuts Justin Moore. I think his name's Justin Moore. Justin Moore. Anyway, this guy he can't stand Taylor Swift because he says and this guy, I mean, he's made it. He's, he lives in Arkansas, but he still made it in country music. And in fact, I think he played in Little Rock recently. But yeah, he said he hates Taylor Swift, is what I heard, because her parents were able to get her career, where I don't know where. I really didn't. I'm not really a huge Taylor Swift. I'm not a lover or a hater. I just, I've heard more about Taylor Swift since Travis Kelce than I ever did before, because I'm more interested in football than her music. But there's nothing wrong with her. I'm just not into her. And why would I be? I mean, I know a lot of older women are fans of hers, but I'm just not. But I'm not a hater. But my point being that because Carrie was going to sing at Trump's inauguration, people are still mad, and I thought it was funny. I mean, I don't like him, and I'm not surprised. And then I started thinking about my friend who could sing at an inauguration, and I'm like, I don't think she would. But and then Carrie Underwood and I saw the video. I saw a video where Carrie Underwood wouldn't shake the VP's hand. She wouldn't. She went right past Harris and shook, I think, Biden's hand. I don't know. Trump, Melania, and I don't know. I saw the video, but you don't hate or like her. Yeah, I'm just not my kind of music. I'm the same, and I don't think I don't look at her and go, "Oh, she's beautiful." Like I used to look at, I'm just thinking like some of I thought Carrie Underwood was prettier before she got stuff done to her face. Hillary and Bill got booed. I know, and I'm like, I've met them. I've met both of them. I've touched both of them. I've talked to both of them, and people are booing them. But, I don't get mad, like, if I tell somebody, "Yeah, I did meet them," and I and it's usually somebody who's not a fan of theirs, and then I'll be like, I know," and they're always like, "No, that's cool, that's cool." But, I mean, they say the worst thing about these politicians, and I don't know. I mean, sometimes I just think that these politicians are just puppets, and they don't really have anything to do with anything. You see George Bush, how weird he was acting. And then I know Elon Musk is not elected, although I I think he's got a chair in the White House. I think he's got a chair in the Oval Office with Trump. I mean, it looks that way. Did y'all see how he was acting? Oh, here. I mean, look. Let's just look at this since we're talking about this. It's his damn. Let me see. Oh, he did that Nazi salute. That's what I'm saying. Here, let's look at this. He's weird. Did y'all see that? If you sit down, you'll get lazy. Yeah, I get you. That's Elon Musk, who's was all up in everything yesterday, and then the thing he was doing when he was dancing. Oh, and then you got Bezos. Bezos' wife had on like this bra, and what's this guy? Is that which one is he? Oh, you got to finish your hair. Okay, well, thanks for being here. Everybody's leaving. All right, y'all. Well, I'll stay just trying to find that video of oligarchy. Welcome to the divided states of oligarchy. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or Bezos, I'm not sure how to say that. Mark Zuckerberg, and the federal minimum wage. Are you still here, Toxicity? You and one other person, I think. I don't think it counts me. Does it count me? Well, there was a video of there was a video, and you could see Elon Musk dancing around kind of, and there was Trump's Barron, his son, standing right beside him, just calm as all, just calm. And it was like these two different generations. You would think the other way around of how they would be acting, but I don't know. So we'll just round up this tribalism thing. I hope that y'all are aware of how people are and maybe don't take it, because I take it personally, but I hope y'all don't. And I think the main thing is like who you like. And if you see something bad about somebody, we're not all good or all bad. We're all a little bit all mixed up together. We all have the good and the bad and the ugly. It's what you see through a computer screen or hear or view through a chat is not everything about a person. And we should just be more kind to each other. I think we should just be more kind and celebrate diverse ideas and cultures and encourage each other. And we don't have to hang around and sing kumbaya, but we don't have to spend 40 hours a day on the topic of a missing teenager and never even talk about him, and only talk about what the parents did 20 years ago. And you know what I'm saying? So let's all just think about being better creatures, I guess. And I know none of y'all have any ugliness. Y'all are all perfect. But I do appreciate y'all coming in today. And let's see. I'm thinking I'm gonna make a video about this other topic here, but hopefully we can start going live and have these little chats more often than we have been. I did just re-up a couple of my apps, so I gotta stay busy doing some work. And I know that it's cold everywhere. I hope y'all stay warm. It's freezing here. I think tomorrow's going to get up around 40. Yay. Think about all the people who don't have heat, though. Like, I'm fortunate that, I just put on a lot of layers of clothes, and I try not to run more heat than I have to because it's expensive, right? And hopefully this thing with the tariffs doesn't pass, because Canada's got all this power to literally stop the flow of gas into the United States. So you talk about, a kick in your pocketbook. Because I think my utility bills are double what they used to be. And I've lived in the same house with the same utility companies and the same heating utensils, heating elements, and it's gotten crazy. My bill just keeps going up. So stay warm. And like I used to say when I ended my lives, be kind to yourself and be nice to your dogs, right? That's what I say. Thanks for being here, Talks. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. And if y'all see anything you think I might be interested in covering, send it over to my email. It's thescoopwithbarb@gmail.com. Please hit the thumbs up, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.